Hello everybody, welcome to In the Burrow episode 2. I know this is a little quicker than I said I was going to do, but I thought this was a perfect opportunity to do this type of video. And what we're going to do today is we're going to retrieve this molt. It's going to be crispy, let me tell you. This is my Pteronochelys marinus, the Usambara mountain I guess variant, I don't know. The OBT, the orange starburst baboon, the Usambara starburst baboon, it's got all kinds of different names to it. But people have asked before, okay, what do we do to get a molt out if they leave it in their burrow? Well, sometimes you just have to wait. I tried to get it. I'll be honest with you, I did try to get it because I wanted to make sure that this lady was a female. Now, in doing that, when I started to put, what I was going to do is get the skewer down in there and try to get it to the side. And I have really, really long tongs. They're 24 inches. I figured I could be able to, safely be up above to get that out. Well, when I started doing that, Chaos did not like that, and she started to throw up threat postures. And her fangs were still red, so I just stopped. I was like, okay, forget it. When you're ready to get rid of it, you get rid of it. If you're not, you can keep it forever as a companion. Now, I fed her a couple days ago, and today, checking over the tarantulas, this is what I found. So she brought her molt out to me. So maybe that was a gift back to me for giving her food. At least that's how I'm going to view it as. So what we're going to do is we're going to get it out of there, which should be pretty much pain-free because she is down in her burrow. Once we get the molt out, then I will show you where she is. I got the lid lifted half off. We'll just reach inside there, pull it out, and boom, drops her on the ground. It is like a crispy piece of bacon right now. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to wet it down. I may actually soak this one because it's been in there for quite a while. I generally don't soak them, but this one I may. And then we're going to put it on a piece of styrofoam and spread it out, and I'll show you guys how I do it, what I do, and then we'll get the maybe we'll get the macro lens on the camera, and I'll be able to show you what we're looking at if the molt comes out okay. If it doesn't, of course, we won't be looking at anything but a shriveled up, torn up mess. And there are times when I'm pretty confident that I can get them unwrapped, and I get them about halfway, and then because of my shakiness, I pull a little bit too much, and of course where it tears, it's always tearing in the exact spot that you need to look. So let me get some warm water in a small little deli cup here, and we'll just put you don't really need to put dish soap in, but I'll probably put just a dash of it in. And I like to use warm water when I do it. Again, I haven't done this in a long time, actually. I just generally put them in my hand and spray them down with the water bottle. And then go from there. But because this one's been in there for a while, I'm going to try spraying it first. I'll try spritzing it and see if that works. But if it doesn't, then I'm going to have to do the soaking method, which sometimes you have to wait a while after you soak them to let them dry again. She is in her burrow right there. You can kind of see her feet. Not very much because the light's over top and it's not going down inside. So we'll just kind of show you there. You can see the orange there. There she is. So if she is sclerotized, which I will explain that also when we get to that point, if she's female. She's definitely not a male right now, at least not a mature male, because she has no emboli. And I looked at her yesterday when she was up top, and I am pretty much 99.9% sure that we have a female ventrally. Her ventral looks exactly the same as Bantu's, who was a confirmed female. So I'm pretty confident that we have a second female here. And that'll be kind of odd because I've had bad luck with certain tarantulas where, like the Erminias, I've had, male after male after male after male. The 4 OBTs that I've had, all 4 of them have been female so far. So I actually had 2 other slings. I think Peyton has one of my slings. I don't know what that one is, but it'll be kind of curious to find out. When I first started working with the OBTs, And you know, they were a little bit of a struggle for me. I was like, oh man, I hope you're a male because you won't live as long. I know that sounds bad, but now that I've actually worked with them a little bit more and I understand them better and I understand how to deal with them better, I'm thrilled that I have females. So I do want to pick up a couple slings of these to go with my Terra Nocila sling collection over there, so that they're all kind of the same size and growing up together. I think that'll be kind of interesting. So that's something I'll be looking for. And yeah, so let's get the molt wetted down and see what I can do with it. Okay folks, so here we are. A couple of legs crumbled off, which I expected, but we're spread out okay so far. So what I generally do first is, I'm going to try and do this the best I possibly can, is we will kind of center this molt here a little bit more on this piece of styrofoam, and then I will pin right here behind the fangs. And the reason I do that is to keep my camera, that the pin's not hitting the camera, so I can get as close as I need to get. If I pin it any closer, then my camera ends up hitting the pin and I'm not getting the picture that I want. Then from there, now I'm not going to be able to see very well because I don't think you guys could really see all that well either. I wonder. Guys, just hang on for a second. I'll try this, but I'm not going to guarantee anything here. Is that any better? Maybe a tad bit. Okay, so I'm going to try and reach around my tripod and do this. Yep. If my tripod stays up. Generally, I swear when that happens, so you guys are fortunate that I'm keeping the language clean, because that really agitates the crap out of me. So, again, so what I'm going to try to do my best is, and now I wear bifocals, so being this far away, there we go, bumping the camera, is not going to be the easiest thing for me to do. So we're going to try our best. Okay, so generally I try to find where the opening is. Okay, and then we just gently open it till I get to the point where I'm pretty sure that I would be able to see the area between the top two book lungs, to see the uterus externus and the spermathecae. Now I'm pretty sure that this will give us a pretty clear picture of what we're looking for. So I'm going to zoom in so you can see exactly kind of what I did here. So the pins are as far back as I possibly could get them without tearing anything, and I can almost see right now. If you look, let's see, do I have another pin here? Yeah, I do. We'll get the macro attachment on here in a second, and you guys should be able to see us a little bit better. But if you look at this area right here, you can see those two, that little part that's moving right there. Those would be the spermathecae and the uterus externus. So let me pause you there. We'll get the macro attachment on there so you guys can see it a little bit better. I can get a couple photos, and that'll wrap up this video. And hopefully here in another, well, however long it's going to be, just like close your eyes and blink for you guys, but it's going to be a minute or two for me to get the macro attachment on the camera and set the light back up the right way and get the tripod in the right spot to film this. So give me a second and we'll be right back. Okay everybody, I think you can see what we're looking at right there. Those are the spermathecae and the uterus externus of a female Terra Nocila marinus. They kind of look like little alien antennae. She is not completely sclerotized, and what I mean about sclerotized is that area will be much darker and thicker as she's a mature adult. Now she is, let's see, I'm going to say she came in the same time. No, she didn't. She came in a few months later. So if we go back 3 years, she's probably around 3 years old. So I would think the next molt would be a complete sclerotization of her, and she would be breedable. Now we could try and breed her now, but you know, I've heard a lot of things, and I have a theory about breeding tarantulas and unsuccessful egg sacs or unsuccessful breeding attempts. And again, this theory is just a theory. It is by no means a factual concept, but what I feel is that people will go by that, 3/4 inch or 3/4 of the size of an adult tarantula would be an adult, and so we'll say at at 5 inches, if she's at a 5-inch total leg span tarantula as an adult, then at 3 3/4 of an inch she should be ready to breed. She's bigger than that right now. I think it has a little bit more to do with age as well as size. And if I bred her right now, would she have a sac? Maybe. Okay, I'm not saying that she wouldn't. Would it be successful? Maybe. Would there be problems? Maybe. I'm not really quite sure. But generally, when you know that a female is mature, and you'll see those spots right there, much more prevalent and much darker brown when you see them, especially with that backlighting. If you notice what I did here, I'll show you after I get done with the macro lens, because you won't be able to see it if I lift the camera up. All I did was take one of my little LED lights and put it in the rubber part of my phone case, and then put it underneath this piece of styrofoam. And I put it in the phone case because the phone case supports the actual piece of styrofoam, so it doesn't want to flip upside down or to side for me. So yeah, so backlighting is so much better. You could see how much clearer we saw things in this view that we did with the other view. Now, when I looked at it without the backlight through this, this is a 10 times macro. I also have the 15 times macro, which you on the other side of the camera. But and I'll show you my macro attachment for anybody that's interested. I believe they make these for most phones, but they're different for each phone depending on how the camera layout is. So yeah, so once she is a mature female, the odds of her laying a successful sac upon breeding is much higher. At least, again, this is my theory. So if we bred her right now, I think I just said this, if I bred her right now, she may possibly lay an egg sac. She may actually molt out of a breeding, and I think a lot of times when females molt out of a breeding, this could be the reason why, or they were too far into their molt cycle when they were bred to, let's say that they're already ready to get into that pre-molt cycle, and you pair her, she may take the pairing, but her molt is going to be kicked in first before the ovulation for the eggs. So yeah, so I hope this was kind of a little bit more interesting than some of the other stuff I've been doing lately. My tour videos are kind of cool if you can get the tarantulas out, but this is, I thought this would be a good way to you could see me getting the molt out, you could see me pinning the molt on, you could see what we're looking for. And having a confirmed female now is great. It's great to know for sure that we definitely have a mature female. So I'm going to snap a couple pictures of this lady while we have her sitting here. And, well, not her exactly, but her exuvia. And I will show you my macro attachment and how exactly I do the styrofoam. I'm just going to enlarge this just a little bit. And we'll snap another picture, and we'll be right back. Okay, now you could see exactly from a far away distance how we have everything set up. So we'll lift this up, and you could, well, no, you really can't see because let me turn the light off. I have 2 of these, so I always have one on charge and ready to go. So that's basically what we have. This is the outside part of my otter box, which supports the styrofoam so it won't teeter back and forth. Because if you just put the light underneath it, like this, you can see what happens. It's like a sawhorse, because it's basically like a lever. So we put all that together, and there you go. So this is the macro attachment that I have for this Samsung S5. It's a 10 time and 15 time macro. So you just put, either clip it on the phone this way, or you clip it on the phone this way, and it goes right over your camera. There's also a wide angle lens that you could screw on, and a fisheye lens, which I have not used. I've tried pictures with the fisheye lens, they look stupid, and the wide angle lens, just for what I'm doing, it doesn't really help me at all. So there you go. That's how I determine the sex of a tarantula, and I hope that everything came out okay. I hope you guys could see everything. I hope we weren't out of focus at all. So yeah, tell me what you guys think down below, and have a great day. See everybody soon. And yeah, it's not Venezuela coming up next. It is Colombia. Colombia is the first country after Panama. So we're going to go Colombia, and then we're going to go down the coast. So we'll hit Colombia, Chile, Argentina, I believe, and then start coming back up again. I think I want to end with Brazil in there. So we'll go down the east coast, go up the central part. I don't think I have anything on the sorry, we'll start on the western coast. We'll go back up the center part of South America, and then I don't think I have anything on the lower part of South America, below Uruguay. I don't think I have anything over on the east coast, and then we'll hit Brazil last. So we'll hit Suriname, Trinidad, Colombia, Venezuela, Bolivia, Chile, Argentina, Paraguay, and I think that's, and then Brazil. I think that's where pretty much everything that I have is from. So have a great day, everybody, and don't forget to hit that bell and subscribe if you haven't. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.